Welcome to Thomas Story Channel. Let's listen to beautiful story by watching video. A tale of love beyond the veil. In the misty hills of rural Vermont, where autumn leaves painted the landscape in fiery hues and ancient oaks whispered secrets to the wind, lived a young woman named Eliza. She was barely 20 when she first met him. Jonathan, a strapping 25-year-old farmhand with eyes like storm clouds and a smile that could melt the frost off the morning grass. It was 1895. A time when love was as fragile as the first snowflake, and societal norms bound hearts tighter than any chain. Eliza came from a modest family of mill workers, her days filled with the rhythmic clatter of looms and the scent of damp wool. Jonathan, on the other hand, was an outsider, having wandered into town from the bustling streets of Boston, seeking solace from a past he rarely spoke of. He took work on the old Hargrove farm, mending fences and tending to livestock under the watchful eye of the stern landowner. Their first encounter was serendipitous, a chance meeting at the harvest festival, where lanterns flickered like fireflies and fiddles sang into the night. She had been dancing with her sisters when he approached, his hat in hand, asking for a turn. "Miss Eliza," he said, his voice deep and warm, "would you honor me with this waltz?" Her heart skipped, drawn to his quiet confidence. As they spun under the stars, she felt a connection that transcended words, a pull as inevitable as the tides. Their courtship began in secret, stolen moments by the riverbank where willows wept into the water. Jonathan would read her poetry from dog-eared books he'd carried from a city, tales of forbidden loves and heroic quests. Eliza, in turn, shared stories of her dreams, of escaping the mill's drudgery to see the world. "We'll go together," he'd promise, his fingers entwined with hers. "Paris, Rome, anywhere your heart desires." Years passed like pages in a well-loved novel. They loved fiercely, defying the whispers of the town. Jonathan proposed under a full moon in 1898, a simple ring of twisted silver glinting on her finger. But fate, cruel and capricious, intervened. A bitter winter storm claimed Jonathan's life as he braved the blizzard to fetch medicine for Eliza's ailing mother. His body was found frozen by the roadside, his last thoughts undoubtedly of her. Eliza's grief was a bottomless well. She wandered the hills, calling his name into the void, until one foggy evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, she heard his voice. "Eliza, my love." It was a whisper on the wind, but real enough to chill her bones. From that night on, Jonathan's spirit lingered, a guardian ghost bound to the land where their love had blossomed. He appeared to her in dreams, then in waking hours, translucent, eternal, his touch a cold breeze that stirred her hair. They loved for many years beyond his death. Eliza never married, devoting her life to their spectral romance. By day, she worked the mill. By night, she conversed with his apparition in their secret glade. He regaled her with visions of the afterlife, a realm of endless twilight where souls danced freely. "Wait for me," he'd say, "and we'll be together forever." The townsfolk called her mad, but she knew the truth. Love transcended the grave. Decades turned to dust. Eliza passed in 1942, her final breath a sigh of reunion. But their story didn't end. The old Hargrove farm became a forgotten relic, overgrown with ivy and rumors of hauntings. Locals spoke of a woman's laughter echoing through the woods, intertwined with a man's tender whispers. The ghosts of Eliza and Jonathan roamed, eternal lovers guarding their sanctuary. Fast forward to the present day. 2025, to be precise. The world had changed, but love's battles raged on. Enter Alex and Marcus, two men from vastly different worlds, whose paths crossed in the unlikeliest of places, that very haunted farmstead. Alex was a 28-year-old tech entrepreneur from Silicon Valley, all sleek gadgets and venture capital dreams. Born into wealth, he navigated boardrooms with the precision of a coder debugging an algorithm. His life was a whirlwind of startups and late-night coding sessions, his sexuality a quiet truth he'd only recently embraced after a painful divorce from societal expectations. He'd come to Vermont on a whim, seeking inspiration for his latest app, an AI that preserved family histories through augmented reality. The Hargrove farm, listed as a historic site ripe for development, caught his eye during a web search. Perfect for beta testing, he thought, envisioning holograms of long-lost souls. Marcus, 32, was a rugged historian from the Deep South, hailing from a conservative Alabama town where traditions ran deeper than the Mississippi. A professor at a small college, he specialized in Civil War era folklore, his day spent poring over dusty archives and leading ghost tours. Openly gay since his teens, Marcus had fought tooth and nail for acceptance, enduring family estrangement, workplace discrimination, and the constant undercurrent of prejudice in his community. His latest research grant brought him north, chasing legends of Vermont's spectral lovers. Ghosts don't discriminate, he joked to his students, but beneath the humor lay a yearning for love that didn't require a fight. Their meeting was as fateful as Eliza and Jonathan's. Alex arrived at the farm first, his drone humming overhead to map the terrain. As dusk fell, he set up camp in the dilapidated barn, his laptop glowing with schematics. A chill wind stirred, and he dismissed it as autumn's bite. Until he heard the whispers. "Eliza, my love." Startled, Alex grabbed his flashlight, sweeping the beam across cobwebbed corners. Nothing. Shaking it off as fatigue, he continued working, but the air grew heavier, charged with an otherworldly presence. Marcus pulled up in his battered truck an hour later, his notebook filled with sketches of the farm's history. He'd heard tales from locals, the ghosts of star-crossed lovers who appeared to those in romantic turmoil, testing their resolve. As a skeptic wrapped in romanticism, Marcus was intrigued. Spotting Alex's tent, he approached cautiously. "Hello. This is private property. Wait, are you the developer?" Alex looked up, his heart skipping at the sight of the tall, broad-shouldered man with kind eyes and a southern drawl that wrapped around words like honey. Yeah. Alex Rivera. And you?" "Marcus Hale. Historian. Here to document before you bulldoze it." There was an edge to his voice, protective of the past. What started as a tense standoff evolved into conversation over shared coffee from Alex's thermos. They talked late into the night, Alex of algorithms that could resurrect memories, Marcus of spirits that refused to fade. As the fire crackled, an undeniable spark ignited between them. Alex, guarded by his urban armor, felt exposed. Marcus, battle-worn from southern scrutiny, sensed a kindred soul. But the ghosts had other plans. That first night, as they parted to their respective camps, Eliza's apparition appeared to Alex in a dream. She was ethereal, her Victorian dress flowing like mist. "Love is worth the fight," she murmured. "But prove it." Marcus dreamed of Jonathan, the ghost's form solid yet translucent. "From different worlds, like us," Jonathan said. "Yet we endured. Will you?" The next day, tensions rose. Alex's investors called, pressuring him to clear the land for a luxury retreat. Marcus, discovering the plans, confronted him. "You can't destroy this place. It's a piece of history, living history, if the legends are true." "Legends? Come on, Marcus. It's just old wood and weeds. Progress waits for no ghost." Their argument echoed through the hills, but beneath it simmered attraction. That evening, as rain pelted the roof, they sought shelter in the barn. Lightning illuminated their faces, and in a moment of vulnerability, Alex confessed his fears. "I've hidden who I am for so long. In my world, love is a distraction from success." Marcus reached out, his hand warm against Alex's. "In mine, love is a war, but I've learned it's one worth waging." Their first kiss was electric, a bridge between silicon and soil. But the ghosts weren't satisfied. As their romance blossomed over the following weeks, stolen hikes, shared meals, debates that turned to laughter, the supernatural interference escalated. Objects moved on their own. Alex's drone crashed into a tree, its footage revealing glimpses of Eliza and Jonathan dancing. Marcus's notes scattered, pages rearranging to spell warnings. Fight for it. Whispers grew louder, urging them to confront their differences. Alex's world intruded first. His business partner, a conservative mogul named Harlan, arrived unannounced, sniffing out delays. Harlan, upon meeting Marcus and sensing the chemistry, sneered. "This hillbilly historian got you distracted? Focus, Alex. We don't mix with that crowd." The word stung, echoing the prejudices Marcus had fled. "Your crowd is just code for different," Marcus shot back. "I've fought bigger bigots than you." Harlan threatened to pull funding, forcing Alex to choose the project or his heart. Meanwhile, Marcus's university dean called, having heard rumors from a leaked email Harlan's doing. "We can't have scandals, Professor Hale. Your lifestyle is already controversial." The couple stood at a crossroads, much like Eliza and Jonathan had faced societal scorn. But the ghosts intervened dramatically one stormy night. As Alex and Marcus argued in the farmhouse, winds howled, doors slamming shut. Eliza materialized fully, her form glowing. "We loved in secret, but you must love openly. Fight." Jonathan appeared beside her, his voice booming. "From different eras, different lives, we know the pain. Unite, or lose everything." Terrified yet inspired, Alex and Marcus clasped hands. The ghost's energy surged, revealing visions. Eliza's lonely years, Jonathan's untimely death, their eternal bond. It mirrored their own struggles, worlds apart, yet souls aligned. Emboldened, Alex confronted Harlan. "I'm done hiding. This land stays preserved, and so does my life." He outed himself publicly on social media, turning his app into a tool for LGBTQ+ history preservation, partnering with Marcus's research. Marcus, in turn, stood firm against his dean. "If loving him costs my job, so be it. Love isn't a scandal, intolerance is." Support flooded in from students and allies, saving his position. The fight wasn't easy. Protests from developers clashed with preservationists. Family rifts mended slowly. But through it all, Alex and Marcus grew stronger, their love a beacon. They transformed the farm into a heritage site, where visitors could experience holographic recreations of Eliza and Jonathan's story, courtesy of Alex's tech, interwoven with tales of modern queer resilience. Years later, on a crisp autumn evening, Alex and Marcus married under the same oaks where Eliza and Jonathan had pledged their love. As vows were exchanged, a gentle breeze stirred, carrying whispers of approval. The ghosts appeared one last time, smiling before fading into the mist. "Love endures," Eliza's voice echoed faintly. "Across worlds," Jonathan added. And so, the farm became a sanctuary for lovers from all walks, a testament that whether in life or death, from tech hubs or dusty archives, the right to love was worth every battle. But whispers persist. On quiet nights, if you listen closely, you might hear 4 voices laughing, 2 from the past, 2 from the present, eternal echoes of love's triumph. Thank you for watching. I'm Thomas.